starting off per usual, I like to put tape on the side of my eye to basically help it be all nice and crisp at the edges, okay? Because we're going for more like a winged type of eyeshadow look today. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the P. Louise eyeshadow base. Honest to goodness, I forgot what shade in particular it is, but it's basically just the regular basic eyeshadow primer shade, if that makes sense. And then next, as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the Morphe 35V palette. Guys, this palette is literally the OG palette. Like, this is like one of the first ever eyeshadow palettes that I bought when I started my YouTube channel. So yeah, this palette always has a special place in my heart. But as you guys can see, I'm just going to be using that really pretty brown color, and I'm basically just patting that all over my lid first. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. As you guys can tell, I'm not using a flat brush, which is what you would usually use to put eyeshadow on your lids and whatnot, but I forgot to clean some of my makeup brushes, so we're basically making do with what we have for today, and it still turned out cute. So then as you guys can see, next I'm basically just using that lighter kind of medium brown type of color next, and I'm basically just placing that right on top of and at the edge of where I placed that brown color to kind of help wing it out. Again, this is like a cute, simple, really simple actually, because I'm literally only using 3 shades. Really simple, smoky eye, winged type of look. And again, I don't have to cut my crease or anything like that, so this is definitely beginner friendly if you guys want like a simple, a glam type of look to your eyes. You know what I mean? And then next, basically to fluff out the other colors, I'm basically just going to be using that light beige color. And I mean, to be honest, on camera, you guys can't really tell that big of a difference, but I will say it definitely does help fluff out that color and give it that more smoky type effect as well. And then I'm basically just going back in and making sure I'm darkening up my lid because that brown color went away a little bit. So I'm basically just going back in and touching some of that up. And as you guys can see, look at the sharpness, okay? Look at the winged type effect. This look was crazy, simple, easy to do, but it looks fabulous. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. Look at how crisp it is at the edges. Didn't even have to use any makeup remover or concealer, none of that. So next, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, which to be honest is literally like the only eyeliner that I have right now. Cause it's like, again, to me, if it works, might as well keep using it, you know. And then as you guys can see, I'm going to be using some mink eyelashes from my collection, Diamond Debonair. All the information is down in the description box. This is in the style Savage. And yeah, listen, when I tried to put my other eyelash on, it wasn't really cooperating all like that. So I'm not gonna lie, your girl was a little bit nervous, but it stayed on, so we good. And then next, as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Major Hangover Primer. Definitely a primer that I feel like is worth the money, because this primer is a really good primer. And it just feels overall really nice on the skin as a whole. So, yeah. And then next, one of my all-time favorites foundations ever is the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I got the hydrating version because I do have dry to normal skin. So next, I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer. And of course, per usual, I'm basically just doing the 2 dot method instead of drawing on the thick triangle. Me personally, again, I feel like it just looks way better on my under eyes, and also I save product on that as well, especially with how expensive some of these products are. If I can save me some coins, I'm gonna save me some coins. And then as you guys can see earlier, I'm using the Fenty Beauty banana powder like I always do. And I'm basically just getting that ready just so it's all prepared for when I lay down the concealer. And as you guys can see, I'm basically just blending everything out. To be honest with you guys, I definitely do not rush when it comes to blending out my under eye, because even though it does get a little bit annoying having to do so much blending, it's definitely worth it, because again, like, my crow's feet don't peek through as fast. My dark circles are basically invisible without me having to color correct or anything like that. So definitely do not skip out on the blending. Do not skip out on the blending at all. And then next, I'm going to be using my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and I'm basically just applying that all over my face to kind of help blend and set everything together. Guys, I definitely will say Arnell and Alyssa definitely put me onto this powder, and your girl is not disappointed whatsoever. It is $20. To me, yeah, it's a little bit on the high end side, but it's not too crazy. Next, I'm going to be going into the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm going to be using the shade Caramel Cutie. I am absolutely in love with this shade. Like, this product is just so pretty. But if you guys did want to have a nice drugstore alternative for this, definitely get the Maybelline City bronzer. I think I got the shade 300 in that, but then that actually ended up running out. So I actually need to re-up on that. But that product's a really good dupe for this if you don't have the coins, or you don't want to have the coins if you're spending like $30 on a bronzer. The Maybelline City bronzer was definitely under $10, like between $8 to $10. Next, per usual, I'm going to be going into the Blushy and Bali palette by BH Cosmetics. And as you guys can see, I'm basically just using the darkest blush shade, and then also the darkest highlighter, and also a little bit of the highlighter shade in the middle, because as you guys can see, I dropped it. So salty about that, how many months later, but it is what it is. But I'm basically just applying that all over my face, you know, helping everything get pulled together. You know what I mean? And then basically to set all of my makeup, I'm going to use the Morphe Luminous Setting Mist. I was about to say Continuous Setting Mist, but no, that's the black one. But yeah, so I'm basically just spraying that all over my face, and I'm just using my fan to fan everything down. And then for my favorite part, as of now, I've been really into lips lately, but I'm going to be using the Maybelline Brown Lip Liner. I'm pretty sure that's in the shade Coffee, but I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. And I'm also going to be using one of the liquid lipsticks from the company Quebess. It came in a matte liquid lipstick set that I actually reviewed on my channel. I think it was like last week I posted it. I think so. Yeah, look at me being consistent, guys. But basically that came in a set, and 1010% I will recommend you guys to get all the products, honestly. But again, it did come in a set, but it was like $10. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that at all. But as you guys can see, like, you see how pretty that blended in, and no awkward pink on the inside of my bottom lip, you know? So yeah, that pretty much finishes up the look. So again, nothing too crazy, cute, simple, not over the top. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good one.